Hello, this is Emily Peterson again, and we are going to continue our training on the Seesaw for our performance goal. So this video we're going to go over the different features of Seesaw and what you can do and how it works. So first of all, when your students want to join, they'll go to the website, they'll hit I'm a student, they'll type in their email and email password, and then if the teacher, you can hit this get join code, and it'll give you this code. All the students have to do is enter in this code, and then their account will be activated, and then they can create their different pieces of work to showcase in their portfolio. So I just created an example student. I am a substitute teacher, so I do not have my own classroom. So all I did was create an example student. I set up a Gmail account for them, and I set up the Seesaw account for them. And what I did is I went into the student example and I entered in a piece of work. Okay, I entered in a drawing. So this student has one thing entered into their portfolio, or one piece of work. So now as the teacher, you have to approve everything that is in the student's portfolio, digital portfolio. So it pops up here saying one unapproved item. That's the item that the example student is trying to get into their portfolio. So now I have to go and approve it. So you'll hit on it, or you'll click on it, and this is what I created. I just said hi. We'll go over how you do that later. So I can either approve it by clicking on the green check mark, or I can click on the red X if I don't approve. So I'm going to approve, and then I have a blank page. That blank page was indicating that all of the items that my students wanted to put into their portfolio have been approved. Now there's these three tabs over here. The class list, there's this calendar, and this web browser. So we'll start here. This class feed will just tell you how many items your class has and which ones have been approved. And then this will be a list of all your students. Right now I only have one student, and then how many items that they have in their portfolio. So this is just kind of an overview of your class, who's in your class, and how many items they have, and how many items have not been approved yet. So, for example, this is the item that my student, quote unquote, submitted. What you can do is you can like it, you can comment on it. I'll just say nice work. Hit post. This you can tag students, but you would have to purchase the Seesaw Plus. I don't have that, so I'm not going to do that. Or you can upload this as a file. So those are what those buttons do. It also tells you the date when it was submitted. We're going to go to the next tab, the calendar tab. This is an overview of which date and how many items were submitted. So for example, today is March 30th, and this student submitted one item, or one item was submitted. So that's what that's for. and you can go through the different months using the arrows. It's not working, but that's what the arrows do. This, I'm not going to show you this, but I'll explain what it does. It's a blog through the internet, so you can share your students' work on a public blog. I don't have that set up. If you want to get that set up, you just hit set up your class blog and follow the steps. So that's what these 3 tabs do. We talked about getting the join code and how to get your students started. This is the class list. And now I'm going to show you how to add different pieces of work. So for example, and this is what it will look like for your students too when your students want to add work. So let's say I want to add something. You can add a photo, you can add a video, a drawing, a link, a note, or a file. So those are all the different things you can do. So let's say I have a paper that I want to submit. I could take a picture of it, I could take a video of it, I can record myself saying it or reading the paper. Right now I'm just going to show you of a drawing. I'm just going to say keep. This is a little challenging. Keep it up. Little motivation for my one student I have. Keep it up. Okay? There's an eraser, a label. If I want to label it, I can choose the size or I can erase it all. You select your color on this side. Once I'm set with my drawing and this is what I want to submit, I hit the green check. Again, it'll ask you if I want to add an audio to it, so I could say something, a label or a caption. I'm just going to keep it as is. If you wanted to add one of those things, you just click on it, hit the green check when you're done, and then I can select who I want to send it to. So let's say I want to send it to everyone in my class. I only have one student, but let's say I wanted to send it to everyone. Hit the green check, and it's been uploaded. Now since I'm the teacher, it doesn't have to get approved. So now there's just one more thing that I'm going to show you today of the different features of our Seesaw. So if we go over here and you click on your name, there's an option for you to sign out. There's a notifications tab, an add item tab, a feed view tab, the calendar view, skills view, the blog, and then unapproved items. I don't have any unapproved items right now because I approved them all already. These are the exact same as these over here. So this is the add tab. This is the feed view, this is the calendar view, this is the blog view. So those are all just the same, they're just on a different sidebar. Now, I'm going to show you how to invite parents. So to invite parents, they give you directions to do it, and you can actually print these directions or email them to the parents. So I'll show you this. So the first thing that you need to do is enable parent access. You need to turn that to on so that parents have access to your classroom. So I'm going to go back to my tab and I'll show you how to do that. So you click on your name, you go to Manage Class, and you scroll down to Parents. So there's different categories. There are class settings, students, and parents. So here's Enable Parent Access, and you want to make sure that that's on, okay? Right now it's off. I want it on. So that's the first thing you do. And then the next thing you do is you could send your you could send home an email or a post or something so that the parents can see it. And then you can give them directions. So these are the directions. So they can download the app or go to Google or Firefox or Chrome. And they can choose I'm a parent, and then they can create their account. And then this is the QR scan that they can use. And then what they need to do is they need to select their child. So it's step 2. Choose your child from the class list and create an account. So they want to make sure that they do that because inviting parents allows the parents to see their child's and their child's only portfolio. So that's how you do that. Just some other features of this Manage Class tab. If you wanted to change your class name, you can do that here. If you wanted to choose your grade level, you can do that here. For the students, if you wanted to change the mode, so have them use the QR code, you would do that here as well. So, just to recap of what we went over, we talked about the sidebar features over here. We talked about how to approve items. We talked about how to add things. We talked about what these are. So those are just a few features of the Seesaw website for digital portfolios for students.